What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Celts here, coming to you guys again with another video here. If I don't stutter over my words, this will be a lot easier to do this introduction and explanation. So I am a little bit sick, so bear with me, but I have been a little bit away and inconsistent. I know it has been a couple months since my last upload, but basically school has been kind of like extremely hectic, and I do work too, so like I only have so much time in order to make a video, and I don't want to just upload a video just for the sake of uploading one. I want to at least be somewhat decent in terms of quality, so it's been a little bit of a while, but hopefully I can get back into a schedule. I'm trying to do a 2 upload a week, something not super crazy, just so I can get a good schedule going, and then I'll increase that gradually as kind of we work on and we move on. So I figured that the best way to do this is sorry about that, is to start it off with something that's kind of old news at this point. The Sacramento Kings, who obviously they traded DeMarcus Cousins for basically Buddy Hield in a pick, and Tyreek Evans, but you know, mostly Buddy Hield in the pick. But basically they have what's agreed upon to be one of the worst rosters in the league right now. Where like Rudy Gay is their best player, and he's 30 years old, and so basically what I'm planning to do with this first season is basically just nuke the team. Like, this whole team is not worth anything. And so there's not going to be a lot of trades that I'm going to do initially, just because for the beginning I usually like to sim. So I'm going to do a lot of like small trades. I'm probably going to keep a lot of these players and trade them in the off season, so I can try and get a really good pick, because I am going to try and draft Lonzo Ball with the first overall pick, and then I'm going to try and grab somebody like Markkanen with maybe like a top 10 pick or something like that, or maybe even like a 15th pick. But you know, I'm just kind of gonna get rid of basically everybody on this this roster. Nobody's safe here, and I'm basically gonna tank this first season as best I can. Hopefully we get a really good pick. It's not gonna be a lot of like important trades, so this first season is kind of a throwaway season, so we can tank. And if I make any insane trades or really good ones, I'll show it to you guys before the trade deadline. Otherwise, you guys are gonna see me at the end of the season awards, where hopefully we've tanked enough that we can actually get a really good top pick. Because if we don't have one of the worst contracts, if we don't get a top 10 pick, then we lose ours anyways. So hopefully we get our pick back, because I don't want to lose that, just because we're basically building this on the hopes of a Lonzo Ball draft pick, or at least 2 pretty good draft picks from this year's draft. Anyways, I'll see you guys at the end of the season here, and hopefully, you know, we're the worst team in the league, hopefully. So here we are at the end of the season, with Stephen Curry winning MVP with 29 points, 7 assists, 2 steals. Joel Embiid wins Rookie of the Year with 18 points, 9 boards. Too bad he got injured, because he might have actually gotten Rookie of the Year. I don't think he's going to get it now. Dario Saric might win it, because he's been doing pretty well to end the season. Marcus Smart wins 6 man of 12 points, 4 assists. Drummond wins Defensive Player with 15 boards, 2 blocks. Giannis wins Most Improved, which I can see happening because he jumped pretty insanely from last year. 24 points, 10 boards, 5 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. And Steve Kerr wins Coach of the Year. Do we have anybody? Probably not, because we basically tanked as hard as we could. At one point to end the season, we basically took 13 L's in a row. So the Sacramento Kings should basically change their name from Sacramento Kings to the Sacramento Lings. I could say that because I'm fucking, yeah, I'm Chinese, so the Sacramento Lings. So let's see if nobody really won. So obviously we don't really have anybody super crazy good. This is the lineup that we had. We basically got destroyed. There was a lot of trades that I basically made, just kind of like dumping contracts and changing people around. But it's 32-50. We actually did better than I expected. Hopefully we do get our pick still. I'm going to simulate the playoffs here, because it doesn't really matter for us since we're not in it anyways. I basically used this season to tank as much as I could, and I signed, you know, trade a bunch of contracts that were expiring and stuff, just to get some players that might be worth something, or picks. So Golden State wins. The Knicks, we actually traded a pick to the Knicks here. The Warriors kind of dumpstered them, but we gave them Nicholas Batum, so that's fine with us. Let's see here. So we're gonna go to league meetings. Wow, there's a lot of stuff I got here. I'm gonna reject everything, because none of that should matter. Let's see. So standing wise, we were not the worst. Well, we were the worst in the West, but in the East, the Pacers were the worst in the East. So let's see here. We're gonna go to the draft lottery. Hopefully we get a good pick, and skip lottery. Yeah. So we're gonna go straight to the results. The Hornets got the #1 pick. The Pacers, the Kings, we have the 5th. Let me see. Yeah, so we have the 5th and the 7th pick. So that's not horrible. And we have the 22nd pick from New York. So we have a couple picks here. Let's see. Yeah, we have the 5th. Wow, we actually have 4 first round picks. I'm gonna trade the 13th, the 7th, and the 13th, 7th, and the 22nd pick. We're gonna trade all 3 of these, and hopefully we can move up to. That's a 6th pick here. I just want to chop around. Yeah, no. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna propose a trade. Who has the 4th pick? I want to see, or the 2nd pick. I'll do this for the 2nd pick. Actually, you know what? I think the Hornets have the number 1 overall pick. I'm gonna go for that pick because we really need that pick. Because Lonzo Ball is in this draft. I'll give you the 7th pick, the 5th pick. Leads you for these 2 and the 13th. All right, so we give them 3 picks for the 1st overall, which is gonna be good for us. I'm going to trade the 22nd, the 2nd, and the 15th. Can I get like, not the 10th, I'm looking at like 19th pick. Yeah, so we get the 19th. And if I do the 19th and a player like Cody Zeller, no, he doesn't really have that good of trade value, I don't think. Garrett Temple is good? No. Who might have good trade value? Willie Cauley-Stein? No. Buddy Hield? Can I do these for 10th pick? Yeah, alright. And so now we have the 1st and 10th. I'm going to do this here. We're going to make our draft picks. Staff signing. I'm going to hire a better head coach because this dude is complete garbage. I'm sorry, David Yorger. But you're not worth my time. I think I'm going to actually sign Kevin McHale. Going to give you a 4-year contract with that $4 million. How about that? And I'm going to sign Ed Nelson. I'm going to sign Ed Nelson to a 4-year contract for $812. Hopefully we get both these guys. I want to get McHale. Come on, stop mulling. There we go. We're going to sign both these guys. The rest of these guys don't matter. So we're going to go to the NBA draft here, and we're going to pick everyone that we need to. Since we have the 1st overall pick, I'm probably going to grab Lonzo Ball. For the 10th, I'm thinking of picking up somebody like Louis Markkinen. We're going to see what's available around that time. So let's see here. Choose prospect. We're going to take Lonzo Ball with that 1st pick. I can't pass him up because he's definitely by far the best player in the draft to me. The only person that compares is like Markelle Fultz. So we have Lonzo Ball. Yeah, and then in NBA in 2K he's averaging what, like 27 points. Is that what that says? 27, 6, and 9. He's an 84 overall. Oh god, I forgot D Moore kind of like highly like overhypes him almost. Alright, whatever. We'll work with that. I'm not complaining. So we're gonna go straight to our next pick. I'm gonna go all the way through that. Harry Giles gets picked with the 2nd pick. Harry Giles is pretty solid. I'm actually surprised he's not valued as highly in 2K and in like real drafts, like mock drafts. If you go look at it online, they have him going in like late, like 10th pick or later. I don't care. I'm trying to go straight to my pick. All right, let's go. Let's see who's been picked already. Giles, Smith, Ivan Rabb, Markelle Fultz fell all the way to the 8th pick. That's actually kind of insane. Dennis Smith is an 81. They have almost the same look. Let's see who's here. Jason Tatum's here. I'm surprised he didn't get picked up already. Actually, I'm going to take Jason Tatum, and we're gonna sim to the end. I don't care after this pick because that's gonna be our pick here. You guys are gonna see me at the rookie signings here once we sign both Jason Tatum, who's the 3rd overall pick, who somehow dropped all the way to the 10th, and Lonzo Ball, and then we're gonna rebuild from there in the off season. So here we are at rookie signings where we have Lonzo Ball in 84 overall and Jason Tatum who's 79. And they're going to be the pieces that we rebuild this team with as to start off the season. Wayne Ellington. I'm actually going to sign both of these guys. You're going to see why in a second here. The thing is, when I want to sign in the offseason, it's pretty difficult. Micklemore, I'm not going to give... You know what? I think I accidentally did give him one. I have bird rights on him. Ty Lawson, you're only asking for $3 million. I'll do that. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go trade. I'm gonna go propose trade. I'm gonna go to picks, where I think the Warriors are right here. I'm gonna go for their pick. I want 3 picks, and then I'm gonna give you Joakim Noah. Oh no, I'm not giving you Lonzo Ball. That is no. Marvin Williams. You know what? Just give me 2 picks. And Garrett Temple. Alright, so I give him all that. Contract. Let's see, player contracts. Let's see what the Warriors are at now, if they have any salary available. They have 18 mil, so they could still... They're not going to be able to sign anybody with that. Who else would I give to? I need to give some to the Clippers. So you're doing this, basically, if you guys don't know this, I saw this from Moss, and Moss was the guy who I learned this from, where these guys who usually end up re-signing their players, if you give them as much contract and like take up as much of their cap as you possibly can, then you can get some pretty good... I'll give you Tolliver too. Alright, so if you give them as much salary as possible, they can't re-sign their players. And do we have anyone else on player contracts not looking like a good contract? Papagiannis. I might trade Cauley Stein and Papagiannis right now. But these guys are going to be a flat out trade, and I'm going to add in 2 of the Warriors, the Warriors 2018 pick. I want to see if I can get something better. TJ McConnell would be pretty solid for us off the bench. I could get Clint Capella and Ryan Anderson. Yeah, I'm going to do this, and since Ryan Anderson is a massive contract, another contract that we can trade, I'm probably not going to give it to the Warriors because the Warriors don't have enough cap as it is to sign anybody back, because all their players that we would want are going to be extremely expensive. So what I am going to do is, just in case, I'm going to go over to the Jazz. Just in case something doesn't work out for us, I'm going to take 2 of the Jazz picks and this lottery protected one. And I'm going to give you Ryan Anderson. Oh, they don't have any cap, do they? Alright, you know what? What about Ryan Anderson and the Clippers pick and the Warriors pick for 2019? I want to trade both of these and see what I can get. Jared Bayless, Marcus Smart. I could get DeAndre Jordan. Let's see. Ricky Rubio is really expensive. He's on a pretty big contract. Round Nets, swap worst with Warriors. Swap best with Nets. I could do this for 2019. I could get Karis LeVert. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna grab it for Karis LeVert. Karis LeVert's a really cheap player. So yeah, now we're gonna go to free agency. Now we have a bunch of contracts. We have a huge amount of contracts. Player contract available. Like, our cap space is $80 million. So we could probably sign a couple players here. I'm gonna go for Kevin Durant. I'm gonna give you a player and a no trade clause. Stephen Curry, I'm gonna sign you too if you want to come to our team, hopefully. Let's see, we are not the number 1. Warriors are number 1 for him too. Oh, they have bird rights on him. Chris Paul, maybe. Let's see if we can get Chris Paul. Blake Griffin, I'll give you a max too. Kyle Lowry, I'll give you what you want with a player option, but I'm not going to give you a no trade clause. I'm going to give Paul Millsap a player option too. George Hill, Kyle Lowry, Blake Griffin. Yes, these are all the guys that I want. Wow, okay, so we still lost these guys. We probably should have given them more contracts, but we should have given them taking up more of their contracts. Wow, okay, so we're striking out completely in off season here. This is not good for us. Oh, Kevin Durant's still here. Come on. Paul Millsap. Player option. Let's see. 76ers winning on him. We're the number 1 for Kevin Durant. Jeff Teague, I'll give you this and a player option, and then we're going to trade you. These are going to be a couple signed trades. Serge Ibaka, I'll do that too. Derrick Rose. No? Okay, well, that's fine. You don't have to be on our team. I guess he knows that we'd probably sign and trade him. That'll make more signing a 1-year contract for $1 million. I'll do that. Danilo Gallinari. We could sign everybody here, so that's good for us. Do we have any contract left? I think we're actually completely maxed. Let's look. No, we have 7 mil. Let's see here. Who might sign for 7 mil? Nene. Reddick's asking for too much. Jared Solinger's asking for too much. Tim Hardaway Jr. I'd do Tim Hardaway. And Ty Lawson. 2K is freaking loading super slow, but I think this we basically just finessed the shit out of 2K. Yeah. So let's look at our team. Let's look at what we have. We have Kevin Durant, Lonzo Ball, Serge Ibaka. Yeah, what I'm gonna do now is, if 2K will load, we're gonna go. Let's see, what do we want to do? I'm going to go player progression. We're gonna see how we've progressed. We have 2 extremely good young players in Jason Tatum and Lonzo Ball. But we also have what else do we really need? I think most of our team is pretty solid. We're going to look at what we need to fulfill in a second in terms of what we might be missing. But I think that this team is going to be pretty solid for us. Yeah, because we have... Sorry. Tim Hardaway even got better in the offseason here. Our team is super young. I'm going to go to training camps. Let's see. What do I want to do with this team? We tanked that first season, so that first season is obviously it's not going to matter as much. We're going to go to load. We're going to get a 2018 draft class here. But that first season we did a complete tank. We have most of our players. We did get the 2 players that I really wanted to get out of that draft. I was going to do marketing because I was doing a safe one since we have the 10th pick. But we ended up getting Jason Tatum, which I do like as well. And he fell all the way down to us. We have no camps available. That's kind of weird. Yeah, I'll have you guys re-sign who you want. So let's see. Our lineup is looking like Lonzo Ball, Tim Hardaway Jr., Kevin Durant, Serge Ibaka, Clint Capella. Yeah, so we're going to have to do a couple trades here. Who do we want to do first? I'm going to do Gallinari and Serge Ibaka. I'm going to package these 2 guys together, see what's available for us. We can get Deion Waiters, Andre Drummond. No, did I say Drummond? I'm going to do this Drummond trade, and I get John Lure. I like John Lure, actually, so I'm going to keep him. Trade these 2 guys. That upgrades our team immediately. Can I do... I like Jason Tatum. I know we just signed him, but I'm going to shop him a little bit. Jason Tatum and Tim Hardaway, and I'll do this Nets pick. Let's see what I can get for these guys. Nothing super crazy. What about... let's see here. What kind of contracts are we working with? Jason Tatum and John Lure. If I shop, excuse me, if I have these 2 guys together, can I upgrade anything? Nothing super crazy good. Let me see what kind of team we have here. We have Kevin Durant and John Lure. If I move Kevin Durant, you know what I'm going to do, actually? I'm going to do this. I'm going to move Kevin Durant to power forward position, and I'm going to grab John Lure and switch him with Jason Tatum. And I'm going to take away some of their minutes here on the bench. And I'm going to give Jason Tatum 33, and Tim Hardaway will get 28. Drummond's going to get more minutes, 35. You know what? 34. I like this team. We're going to work with this for now. We have 26% chemistry, so I'm going to go over to trading. I do keep team chemistry on because that is a pretty important part to me for basically for 2K and rebuilding, because chemistry does matter a little bit. Injuries don't really matter because 2K's injury kind of like calculations or whatever, their simulation for it is kind of awful. So we're going to simulate all the way here to the trade deadline. I think this team has the potential to be a #1 seed in the West, and hopefully we can win Sacramento's second championship. We're starting off really strong on an 8-game win streak, but I'm going to see you guys at the trade deadline if I need to make any trades at that point. Okay. Alright, so that went through. Alright, so I was just kind of shopping around. I was looking at some trades, and I didn't realize that this was going to go through. I was kind of just trying to figure out, I might have overpaid for him. But, if you guys didn't see there, if 2K will load, I can show you the transaction. So, we traded a lot. We gave Jason Tatum a first rounder. Actually, I think it was 2 or 3 first rounders, John Lower, two first rounders, John Lower and Jeremy Lamb for Jabari Parker and Timothy Mozgov and J.R. Smith. Obviously, I didn't want Mozgov, but he was the only way that the contracts would ended up working. So if I trade out Mozgov, I can get John Lower back. Excuse me. I can get MKG. Let me see what I can shop around for him. I get Iguodala, Gibson. Let me see. I can get John Lower back. I might do this. Yeah, I'll do this. I'll get John Lower back just because he's a 78 overall, so he'd be really solid for us. And he'd be good for us off the bench. So coaching. The main reason is we upgrade our power forward position just outright. Let me do one more trade. I did trade for Larry Nance Jr. too. J.R. Smith, I'm going to have to grab him. John Lower, and I don't have any more picks. So if I can trade just these two guys, I want to get a better shooting guard. I could get Jordan Clarkson. So that's a potential. Ooh, Sean Livingston and Ricky Rubio. Ricky Rubio has really good trade value. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to see if I can flip Ricky Rubio to get somebody better. Just because Ricky Rubio does have that good trade value of 2.5 stars or something that it looked like. Let's see. I'll grab Rubio and maybe Clint Capella. Clint Capella's an 80 overall. If we can get somebody pretty good for him. No? What if I move Rubio to actually shooting guard? I realize he's mostly a playmaker, but yeah, he's not going to do well for us. Let me see here. I'm trying to figure out because we definitely need a better starting shooting guard. Just because the rest of the team is really good. Our bench is even pretty solid too, but we don't have that shooting guard that we need to make this team better. What kind of free agents are there actually? No one. Alright, cool. Contract extensions. No. Ricky Rubio, Ty Lawson. Maybe if I put these guys together, I might be able to get a shooting guard. I can get Tony Allen. Victor Oladipo. I might do that actually. Just in case there's something better, I'm going to keep looking. Valanciunas. You know what? Oladipo and Mike Muscala, I'm going to do that trade. Just because I do need a starting shooting guard. Victor Oladipo is pretty good defensively and on as a three-point shooter. So that's going to be good for us. He's going to space it out. He's going to be good to play alongside Lonzo Ball, who's also a pretty good shooting guard, three-point shooter. My roster, so far it looks like this. Our chemistry might be a little bit screwed up, but hopefully this is going to be good enough. I'd rather put... Yeah, no, I'm going to put Scala at power forward. I'm going to move Larry Nance to small forward because he goes up. Sorry about that. So now our lineup is looking like Lonzo Ball, Victor Oladipo, Kevin Durant, Jabari Parker, and Andre Drummond. Off the bench, we have Larry Nance Jr., Clint Capella, Scala Bissiere, and Mike Muscala. No one else is really getting in minutes, which I'm fine with. We're 35-11, so we're definitely doing pretty well for us. So we're going to simulate all the way to the end of the season here, and hopefully this is going to be what we need to get that championship. I'm going to see you guys at the end of season awards, and hopefully we can finish off as a first seed pretty strong in the conference. Here we are at the end of season awards where our very own Kevin Durant wins MVP with 26 points, 8 boards, 6 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks a game. Lonzo Ball wins Rookie of the Year with 21.7 boards, 10.5 assists, half a steal, and a Mason Plumlee wins 6 man, 11 points, 9 boards, 3 assists. Karl Anthony Towns is your Defensive Player of the Year with 15 boards, 2 blocks, and a steal. Tyus Jones wins Most Improved. In our very own, actually, we're not the coach. For some reason, I thought Mike Malone was our coach, but it's the Nuggets, Denver Nuggets. Mike Malone wins Coach of the Year. Obviously, Kevin Durant is going to be on All-NBA first team, and Lonzo Ball makes it to the second team in his rookie year, which is awesome. Defensive players, do we have anybody? No, not even on the second team. Oh well. Lonzo Ball is going to be All-Rookie first. Jason Tatum ended up being All-Rookie second. What was his numbers? 16 points, 6 boards. Those are pretty good for a rookie. We were 59-23, good enough for first in the conference. That's actually kind of low considering that's first. We're only 1 game ahead of the Nuggets, but we're like 12 games ahead of the Spurs. We're 1 game back on the Cavs though, so that's kind of close. Everyone's back. Oladipo's injured. I think he's just coming off of it. Yeah, an ankle sprain. Nothing serious. But player stats on the season. Obviously, you saw that Lonzo Ball and Kevin Durant were leading off the team definitely. 17 points, 6 boards, a steal and a block coming out of Jabari Parker, with Andre Drummond averaging a double-double with 1.5 blocks. Even Oladipo was doing pretty well for us with 11 points, 4 assists, 3 boards, and a steal a game. Larry Nance, who's our small forward off the bench, is doing pretty solid. He's averaging just all-around numbers pretty good, which is what I expect from him, and a steal and a block game, which is very good out of him too. Clint Capella is doing pretty well for us as a backup center. So we're up against the OKC Thunder. I don't think they change anything. If I was them, change Andre Robertson. Obviously, the small forward would have made him better. They got Chris Bosh. That's actually definitely an upgrade. Clearly, it looks like they traded Steve Adams. Oh, no, Steven Adams is still here, so I have no idea who they traded to get Chris Bosh. Let's see. Do they have transaction reports on here? No? All right, well, I want to see what they traded to get Chris Bosh, because that's like a free... That's free for them. Let's see. Where is the Thunder? Am I like missing it? No, Thunder. Trying to see when did they get Bosh? Thunder trade Victor Oladipo to the Heat. Oh, did we trade? Okay, so they traded Victor Oladipo and Bajelka for Chris Bosh, which is an insanely good trade. But we're gonna sweep them. I'm like super confident in it. Yeah, and okay, so in 5 games, that's close to a sweep. We're up against the Mavs. I don't think they have anybody new. They drafted Fultz. Harrison Barnes, Dirk Nowitzki is awful. Yeah, I don't know how these guys are like top seed, 5th seed. I think we can sweep them in 5 games as well. So apparently we can't sweep people, but we can beat them in 5 pretty handily. Nobody on this team sticks out except for obviously Jokic. Nothing else really. I don't think they really changed their team that much. I'm just going to simulate the current round. I feel wow, okay, so we get beat in 5 games by the Nuggets. Apparently we can't handle them. And then the Celtics sweep them. Isaiah Thomas goes off for 31 points, 8 assists, and a steal a game. Wow, I did not expect that. But alright, I guess we have to do a little bit more rebuilding. I'm going to go to league meetings. I'll make sure everything's projected. Let's see. Staff signing. Do we have to sign our head coach again? Steve Kerr is here. I'm gonna fire you. I'm sorry, man. But I gotta get Pop actually. I'm gonna get Popovich. He's kind of the best coach out there right now. So sign Pop. We're gonna go to rookie. We don't have any picks, but it's gonna go all the way there anyways. Come on, let's go. Nothing. All right. So team player options. I'm gonna take everyone back. Qualifying offers. Gonna give anyone Jabari and Clint Capella my free agents. All right. So I'm gonna have to sign Jabari. Yeah, I'm gonna want to sign Jabari back. They're gonna test free agency, so I'm gonna go to free agency. I think I have bird rights on them, so that's not too much of an issue. Let's see. What kind of player contract space are we working with? Nothing super good. Oladipo's on an insane contract. Can I trade him for something? Jahlil Okafor has some good trade value. Timothy Mozzie. I could get Al Horford, Dwight Howard, JJ Redick, Derek Favors. Huh. What looks like a good trade? Dwight Howard and a 2nd rounder? Or I could do Al Horford. I'll do Dwight Howard. If you give me, not a 2nd rounder, but a 1st rounder from the Hawks. And I'll give you a 2nd rounder. No, we could trade 1st rounders. How about that? Malachi Richardson. If you want Malachi, you'll give me another pick. That guy. And I'll give you a 2nd rounder. No? Alright, you know what? What was that original trade? Dwight Howard for Victor Oladipo in a 2nd rounder. I'll do that. How about that? We'll take that trade just because I think I could flip Dwight Howard for somebody even better. He's an 80 overall. So Dwight Howard and Malachi Richardson. If I could flip these guys for somebody good. Somebody cheap, hopefully. Or I could get the Nets first round pick. Yeah, I'm going to do that. 2 first rounders from the Brooklyn Nets. And since the Brooklyn Nets are friggin' awful, that's going to be definitely worth it. So free agency. Ooh, Cousins is here. You bet your sweet ass I'm going to try and sign him. Let's see. We are not the number 1 offer. Paul George, would you like to come to our team? Nope. He does not want to come to our team, but Carmelo does not want to come here either. Jabari, I'm going to give you the max contract, dude. That will let me offer you. Let's see. We are there. He's restricted agent too, so it's not going to be an issue for us. Avery Bradley, if you want to come here, I'll do that. Brooke Lopez. Ooh, Brooke Lopez isn't asking for that much money either. Levine's a restricted. Gary Harris is restricted. Greg Monroe, you're asking for 19. I'll sign and trade you. Sign and trade him. Aaron Gordon's restricted. Yeah, so we're going to go the first day. I want to see what we can get after the first day of simulations. Everyone else is kind of looking around here. Let's see. Hopefully we can get something good out of this for the first day. I want to sign somebody before I get Jabari Parker. Brooke Lopez. And I can't do Nerlens Noel. But you know what? I'll sign Brooke Lopez. So like everyone else left anyways. Jabari Parker is still here. Let me see. Let's see what else I can get. Ooh, I almost forgot to sign Clint Capella. Good thing he did not leave. I'll give Clint Capella all that money. Patrick Beverly. I will sign Patrick Beverly. Yeah, he'd be pretty good for us defensively off the bench. Joe Ingles is a pretty good knockdown shooter. Dirk Nowitzki's asking for the minimum, so I'll sign him. I can't sign him, so obviously I'm going to sign Joe Ingles and that. Ooh, Carmelo. I'll give you my entire mid-level exception to come for us. If you want to come get a championship, oh yes. Yes, we got Clint Capella, Dirk, and Carmelo on the same team. Oh my god, this team is filthy. Let's see if there's anybody else that I might want to re-sign. Anybody that can maybe contribute who's a older guy. No. Let me see. You know what? I think that I'll take Joe Johnson and Kyle Korver just in case we need some shooters off the bench. Come on, 2K. I get it. You take forever to sim, but it's pretty easy just to get those 2 guys. All right, so we're going to go to player progression. Now our team is absolutely filthy for this next season. We're definitely going to win a championship with this roster. It's even better. We have the same pieces as before, except more improved because they've had time to develop, and our young players have developed too, hopefully. Kevin Durant goes down 1, but Lonzo Ball goes up 2 points. Jabari goes up 1. Carmelo goes down 1, but Larry Nance goes up 2. So, yeah, we had some pretty decent improvements. Kyle Korver doesn't exist anymore. He's a 69 overall. Not Summer League. We're going to go to training camps. This is the last season, so this training camp is just to make sure that people develop over the season. I'm going to load the 2020 draft class. It's not going to really matter, or the 2019 draft class, sorry. It's not going to really matter because we're not going to go that far anyways. But we're going to go to training camps just in case. I have 1. I'm going to do untapped potential. I'm going to give that to Lonzo Ball. Make sure he keeps developing. Let's see. Advance to next season. Alright, so let's see what we can do here. So let's look at our starting lineup just to make sure that we know what we're working with. So we have Lonzo Ball. Kyle Korver is our starting shooting guard. Yeah, that's definitely something we're going to have to improve over. I'm going to grab Brooke Lopez and Joe Ingles. I'm going to trade both of these guys together. Jeff Teague, JJ Redick, Rudy Gobert, Nicholas Batum, Dion Waiters, and Jordan Clarkson. That Dion Waiters trade might be the trade we'll go for. Yeah, I'm going to do this trade. We're going to get Jordan Clarkson for our bench piece. We're going to have Dion Waiters as a starting shooting guard. I might flip Dion Waiters right now just because I do feel like that we can get something better out of him. Because we do have some really good picks from Brooklyn that we traded for in the offseason. So we go over to Dion Waiters. We're going to go for the top 3 protected Nets pick in 2020. Who can we get? We can get Dennis Schroeder. I want a shooting guard. I can get Eric Bledsoe. Let me actually see something. How about you just give me where are the Suns? Suns are with an S, so it'd be this way. How about Devin Booker? How about that? And I'll give you another first rounder and a second rounder. And you can have Jordan Clarkson. And then you can give me one of your not as good contracts. Obviously, they're not going to give me Bledsoe. What about Brendan Rush? Ooh, oh yes. So we got Devin Booker as a starting point guard. So we traded a lot to get this done, but I do love Devin Booker. He's a very good knockdown point shooting guard for us. And let's see. So now we have Lonzo Ball and Devin Booker as a starting backcourt. That's pretty insane. Kevin Durant, Jabari Parker, and the front court is basically the same. We have Carmelo Anthony, Clint Capella, Larry Nance Jr., Dirk Nowitzki, and Scalabus here coming off the bench. If I grab Scal and Dirk, can I flip these guys? No. What about Labissiere and Clint Capella? Can I flip these two for anybody good? Kenneth Faried for the bench? I'm looking for maybe some guards. So maybe Clint Capella and Larry Nance might get us something better. Oh yeah, Larry Nance is some pretty good trade value. Nothing really insanely good. I can get Dwight Howard again. Dwight Howard has some pretty good trade value. That's the one thing I've noticed about him. Montrezl Harrell. Let's see. I might do this trade. I'm gonna do this, and I'm the same thing as I always do. I'm gonna flip Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard is like this cheap trading piece because he has like a history of being pretty solid. A lot of people really like him in the trade finder, I guess, or something like that. Dwight Howard also has a lot of what about this? Dwight Howard and Scalabus here. Can I get something out of that? Al Horford, Alex Len, Derek Favors, Julius Randle, Jared Sullinger, Brandon Knight. I want a guard, but I can. This Julius Randle trade and Jared Sullinger is really solid too. I'm just trying to flip and grab just enough pieces for a bench to be solid. Because we're missing that like one guard piece that would make us a contender, or basically a guaranteed contender. So I really do want some guard to come off the bench. If I trade Julius Randle and Langston Galloway, can I get a guard? Cameron Payne might be the one. JJ Redick, I really do like Redick. If there's nobody better, that's the trade. Yeah, that's gonna be it. So we're gonna do JJ Redick and Cristiano Felicio for for Julius Randle and Langston Galloway. I think this might be all we're gonna do for this season, to at least until the trade deadline potentially. So our starting lineup is the same. We have Carmelo Anthony, JJ Redick, Jared Sullinger, Felicio. I'm not going to get. Felicio is not getting any minutes. Is there anyone in free agency, just in case? I want to make sure that we didn't forget anything. Jordan Crawford. For some reason, I thought that was Jamal. Let's see. I feel like we just need one guard for the bench. Chris Humphries, Tony Allen, and Aaron Brooks. I'll do this because if we move Tony Allen to small forward, he's going to be defensively really good for us off the bench. We're going to have a bunch of small forwards on the bench, but I think that's what we're going to need to do. And this is the last trade, I swear, for the season, and then we'll be set. So I know we did a bunch of trades and a bunch of flipping here, but definitely going to need to do this. Yeah, because he goes up a couple overall. So now he's going to be a 77 overall for us off the bench. So now we're all set. So I'm going to take this team where we have absolutely no chemistry. Lonzo Ball, the starting lineup is completely the same, but now our bench is Dirk Nowitzki, Tony Allen, Jared Sullinger, JJ Redick, and Carmelo Anthony. Going to go to training. Make sure team training is set to chemistry. Yeah, we're all set. So we're going to simulate all the way to trade deadline, and we should be able to win the championship here. Now you guys know me at this point. This team is insanely stacked, but there's always a way to do a little bit better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to package Devin Booker, JJ Redick together to see if we can get an even better shooting guard. And look at that, Jimmy Butler and Bruce Neal. Bruce Neal obviously doesn't matter, but I'm doing this for Jimmy Butler to be our starting shooting guard. So now our team should be even more stacked than it already was. So let's look free agents just to make sure nobody got dropped off. Yeah, no, we're good. So our team is now looking like Lonzo Ball, Jimmy Butler, Kevin Durant, Jabari Parker, Andre Drummond, and our bench is Carmelo Anthony, Jared Soldier, Tony Allen, Dirk Nowitzki, and Joe Johnson. I think this is going to be the team. We're going to simulate all the way here to the end, and we're going to finish off the season with probably one of the most stacked teams I've built so far. And I'm basically guaranteeing that we're going to be the first seed in the West, and this is going to be our championship year. I'll see you guys then at the end of the year rewards. Here we are at the end of season awards, where LeBron James wins MVP with 24 points, 9 boards, 8 assists. Michael Porter wins Rookie of the Year with 22 points, 7 boards. Rudy Gay wins 6 man. Karl Anthony Towns wins Defensive Player, and Jeremy Lamb is your most improved, with Coach of the Year going to Scott Brooks of the Trailblazers, unless he changed teams. That doesn't matter though. Do we have any Kings on any of these teams? We have Lonzo Ball, an All-NBA third team. Defensively, we don't have anybody except Jimmy Butler on second team. We don't have any rookies, so that's not going to matter for us. We're 57-25, good enough for first in the West. I actually expected us to do better, but for some reason we didn't do quite as well. 2 games ahead of the Warriors and 2 games back on the Cavs. So here's our team. Everyone is doing pretty well. There's no one who's super tired or anything like that. It's going to be good for us going into the playoffs. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this down to a 9-man rotation. And yeah, this is going to be exactly what we need. We're going to take away some minutes from these guys. And we're going to give more to our starters here. I want Jimmy Butler getting 35 minutes. And Drummond's definitely going to need to get more for the starting center. He's going to have to get like 35. Carmelo's going to get a little bit less too. I want to get our starters a bunch of minutes. So we're going to give Drummond that much. Jabari 36, 35. And no, then we'll redistribute amongst these guys. Alright, so we're up against the Thunder again, just like last year. I think they actually beat us last year, if I remember correctly. So let's see, they have basically the same team. Yeah, we should be able to sweep them. I'm going to simulate the current round because I guarantee that we're going to sweep them just because this team is that much better than last year's. Or 5 games. Alright, cool. Up against the Pelicans, they have Drew Holiday, Sean Kilpatrick, Michael Porter. Ooh, that's actually really scary. Porter, Davis, and Cousins. I'm going to have to take this one game by game. We take the first, second, third. Are we going to sweep them? Wow, we just swept the Pelicans with an insane team. Simulate the current round. We're up against the Warriors. Who do the Warriors have? Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, CJ Miles, Draymond Green. They don't have any big men, which is good for us. So we're going to go to our coaching lineup. Everything looks fine. I think this is actually going to be what we're going to go with. We're going to simulate this game by game. We take the first. We take the second game. We take the third. We take the fourth. And then we beat them in 5. Now we're going to go up against either the Wizards or the Celtics. And we're up against the Wizards. I think this is going to be our championship. The second in the history of the Sacramento Kings organization. John Wall, Bradley Beal, Otto Porter, and Markieff Morris. So they have 3 80s and a 91. Zebo and Bogdanovic is a pretty good bench piece, but I don't think it's going to be enough for them to beat us. Oh wow, they take the first game. They take the second game? Come on. That's insane. There's no way they could take the second game from us. If they go up 3-0, I'm going to be pissed. Alright, so we go... Oh my god, they're up 3-1. They're up 3-1. No way this actually happened. No way they can beat us. That's insane. 3-2... 3-3. Okay, so now we're in the last game, Game 7 of the finals. Sacramento Kings versus the Wizards. I'm not sure how they're beating us, but we're going to go, and we're going to simulate this with Simcast. We're going to go into Game 7. I'm going to go to our defensive. We're going to tight defense with the Nye. Make sure all that is set up here. We're going to go simulate the game. All right, so let's see the first quarter. They're going out to a lead. All right, so we're taking over in the first quarter. It's super close still. It's only a 5-point win for us. Second quarter, we only won by 2. Third quarter, they're winning the third quarter. Oh my god, they're destroying us in the third. Come on, fourth. Let me come back, and we're coming back to win the championship. We score 37 points in the fourth quarter. We're up by 9 points, and we managed to win. And Kevin Durant scores 33 points, but Lonzo Ball, second year rookie, wins with 21-11 and 10 on a triple-double in the finals. Even insane shooting stats. 8 for 12, 3 for 4 from 3. Drummond has 19-12. Jimmy Butler didn't really do much. Jabari didn't really do much either. Basically, it was just the top three or big three right here that carried the game. Even Kevin Durant went off with 33 points, 9 boards, 4 assists, 2 steals, and a block. That's exactly what I wanted to see, but we won our second championship in the history of the Sacramento Kings organization. Kevin Durant is your MVP with 20 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and a block a game. Whew, that was actually a really close series there. So this is going to be the end of season roster for you guys. Kind of insane, super stacked. We had Kevin Durant, Lonzo Ball, Jimmy Butler, Jabari Parker, Andre Drummond, Carmelo Anthony, Jared Sullinger, Tony Allen, Dirk Nowitzki, and then these guys who really didn't matter, even Bruce Neal. I don't even know who this guy is, to be honest. But I think this is a pretty damn good roster for us. If you guys like that, feel free to leave a like and comment down below what you guys want to see next in terms of what team you want me to rebuild. I'm going to try and upload at least 2 videos a week, or I'm going to try and keep that schedule, because right now my schedule at school and everything is kind of a little bit hectic, but hopefully we're going to be able to consistently upload for the future. Again, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.